Hello, everyone. My name is Mama Bunny, and I'm so happy to see you here back at the burrow. And to all of our new friends, hello. It's so nice to meet you. How was your day? I hope it went well. And now that you're here, my day's gotten even better. To wrap up the end of our Halloween week, I found not one, but two stories for tonight. But before we have our spooky stories, we have to make sure we're all comfy cozy. So make sure you're wearing something comfy. And don't forget to bring your favorite stuffy. I think they're gonna want to hear the story too, don't you? Well then, are we all comfy? Let's get started. Shall we? Our first story of the night is Clifford, the big red dog. Clifford's scary Halloween. It was Halloween night. Emily, Elizabeth, and Clifford were very excited. They were going trick-or-treating. Come on, Clifford, said Emily Elizabeth. Oh, we're gonna get so many treats. We're gonna get so many treats. And you love treats, don't you, boy? Woof! Emily, Elizabeth, and Clifford met Jetta, Mac, Charlie, Vaz, T-Bone, and Cleo outside. Owls were hooting, and the moon was full. Soon, they were on their way. The first house they went to was the Bleakmans. Emily Elizabeth knocked on the door. There was no answer. She knocked again. Mr. and Mrs. Bleakman, yelled Emily Elizabeth. Trick or treat, yelled Charlie. Then they heard a loud creaking sound. Maybe the Bleakman's house is haunted, said Jetta. It's not haunted, Jetta, said Emily Elizabeth. I'm sure they're home. Suddenly, the door began to open very, very slowly. And on the other side were two ghosts. Happy Halloween, yelled the ghosts. Run, yelled Vaz. Everyone screamed and ran toward the street. Wow, they sure tricked us, said Emily Elizabeth. Maybe we'll have better luck at the next house, said Jetta. Victor and Pedro's house is close by, said Charlie. Let's go there. As they walked toward the center of town, bats flew from tree to tree. Cats meowed at the moon. And Clifford stayed right by Emily Elizabeth's side. When they got to Victor and Pedro's house, Vaz knocked on the door. Trick or treat, he called. Suddenly, the door swung open and two vampires stood before them. Trick, Victor and Pedro laughed. Again, the kids screamed and ran away. When they started walking again, Emily Elizabeth said, Dr. Din always has yummy treats for us. Her house won't be scary. But everyone was already scared. At Dr. Din's house, spooky jack-o'-lanterns greeted them on the steps. Jetta rang the doorbell. Oh, Dr. Din, called Jetta. Trick or treat. The door opened. Hello, dearie, said a voice. But it wasn't Dr. Din. It was a scary witch. Yikes, yelled Jetta. Once again, everyone ran. It looks like we're not getting any treats tonight, said Charlie sadly. Yeah, said Jetta. I'm tired of getting tricked. Let's go back to my house, said Emily Elizabeth. Maybe my parents will have a few treats for us. But when they arrived at the Howards, the yard was filled with witches and ghosts, monsters, and other creepy creatures. Surprise! They yelled. It was a party full of Halloween treats. We thought it would be fun to trick you this Halloween, said Mr. Bleakman. We hope you weren't too scared, said Victor. Scared? Said Jetta. I wasn't scared. Emily Elizabeth, Charlie, and Vaz all looked at Jetta. Well, maybe just a little bit, she said. Then it was time for everyone to enjoy their Halloween treats. They bobbed for apples, ate candy, and drank a special Halloween punch. When the party was over, Emily Elizabeth gave Clifford a big hug. The tricks were good, she said, but the treats were even better. Woof! Clifford agreed. Well then, shall I read the next one? For our next story, we're going to be finishing off with Clifford, the big red dog, the big white ghost. It was Halloween night on Birdwell Island. Everyone was going to the beach. They were going to see a spooky movie. Grrr! A scary monster ran up to Clifford. Clifford backed away. Then he saw it was Mac. That was scary, said Clifford. Nothing scares Jetta and me, Mac said. Not even T-Bone? Asked Cleo. Not even the ghost dog of Birdwell Island? T-Bone asked. A ghost dog? Clifford's fur stood on end. But Mac only laughed. There's no such thing as ghosts, he said. The movie was about to begin. Emily Elizabeth patted Clifford. He has never seen a movie, she told Jetta. And this is a spooky one. Nothing scares us, Jetta said. Right, Mac? A ghost appeared on the movie screen. Clifford gasped. Jetta and Mac yawned. Clifford hid his eyes for the whole movie. Finally, he peeked out. Emily Elizabeth was clapping. The movie was over. Everyone went back to town. But Clifford stayed behind. He wanted to know how all the people got into the movie screen. Clifford looked at the screen. It was just a big white sheet. The wind blew. Whoosh! The sheet flapped. The wind blew harder. Whoosh! The sheet blew free. It dropped over Clifford. Clifford whirled around and around. What was going on? Now he was very scared. That movie was fun, said Emily Elizabeth, and it was scary. Humph, said Jetta. It didn't scare me one bit. But it's fun to be scared on Halloween, said Emily Elizabeth. I've had enough of Halloween, said Jetta. Mac and I are going home. A few minutes later, Jetta and Mac ran back. Help! There's a ghost! Jetta yelled. Run! It's big, it's white, and it's coming this way! Jetta shouted. Boom! Crash! Something was out there, and it was getting closer. It's the ghost dog of Birdwell Island, Mac cried. Everyone hid. Only Emily Elizabeth stood still. The big white ghost came closer and closer. Emily Elizabeth stuck out her foot. The sheet covering Clifford slid off. Why, it's not a big white ghost, said T-Bone. It's a big red dog, Cleo said. It's okay, Emily Elizabeth told Clifford. I'm right here. But where were Jetta and Mac? They were hiding under the table. Everyone gets scared sometimes, Emily Elizabeth told Jetta. Even big brave dogs like Mac and Clifford. Maybe next year Clifford can wear a sheet for Halloween, Emily Elizabeth said. Then he will really be Clifford, my big white ghost. Clifford wagged his tail. That wasn't scary at all. The end. I hope you all enjoyed the stories as much as I did. And thank you for celebrating Halloween week with me. Well then, little ones, it's getting late and we should go to sleep. So, get all snuggled up underneath your blankets. Hold your favorite stuffy tight, 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 so they know they are loved. Oh, and dream some wonderful dreams. And while you're having those wonderful dreams, I'll get our story ready for next time. How does that sound? And always remember, Mama Bonnie loves you very, very much. Good night.